What's going on, y'all?
Hello and welcome.
There's a third.
Flow Podcast. Caleb.
Paolo. We're here.
Yeah.
We're back. Good to be back.
Good to be back.
Another week.
Yeah.
We released one last week.
Yeah.
Great. Good to be back again this week. Caleb?
Before we get into our fits,
Yes, sir.
like, comment, subscribe, YouTube.
Yep.
Follow us, Flow Clothing, Instagram, TikTok, flowclothing.com. You can get the podcast there, and Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can also shop at flowclothing.com. And
Do that.
That's all the plugs.
That's all of them. Okay, really quick.
Yeah.
Do you ever go back and watch and you like vividly remember like a hand movement you made, or like maybe you like moved like your head or something a certain way? Do you like vividly remember that? Like when you watch?
No.
No?
Not typically, no.
Okay.
Not that I can remember.
Facts.
See you?
Yeah. Like I can remember almost like
Yeah.
everything.
Really?
Like, and not like I can remember everything, but when I watch it back,
You
like,
remember
I can,
doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can feel. the
Yeah,
movement.
no, I have that sometimes. You're like always leaning up against the wall though. You remember?
I be doing shit. I'd be like, yeah.
You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Was it this?
Yeah, I mean that was a thumbnail for the last video.
What, for the last video?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like doing this.
Yeah.
It really stretches the arm.
Yeah.
It really stretches the arm out, guys.
Yeah.
Should we Can I? Can I do something real quick?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Go ahead, real quick. Go ahead. Say what you're about to say, and then I'm gonna do
I
it.
was gonna do fits.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
You should jump into your fit.
It's a rainy Chicago day.
Right.
I have the Black Forces on. Bro. That's
Oh! Fuck! I thought that was gonna be so sick. Alright, pull it out.
I think it's fine.
Is it fine? Make sure it's fine.
I think it's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's fine.
I'm sorry.
No, it's
I
fine.
completely forgot about that. And then you know what happened? That was a crazy ass move for the camera. And then I dropped it and I was like, damn, why did it make such a hard thud? And then I was like, fuck, I know why it made such a hard
My
thud.
computer's in there. I got a little FTP on today.
Yes, sir.
Got the bag.
Yup.
I got the Chrome Hearts jeans on.
Yup.
Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta, I mean, can you show off the bag?
Yeah.
You like that thing's beautiful. I don't think the camera would even show how good it is.
It's a very nice bag.
It's quality.
It's quality for what they charged as well.
That's what I keep coming back to. Like, it's not like you spent like an arm and a leg on that.
No, it was reasonable.
It was very
and
reasonable.
FTP, I usually find to be very reasonable in that sense. So it's a plus for them as well.
It's insane.
I got this nice flannel on,
Yup.
little stitched up and stuff, and
Yup.
a float fall 22.
Yeah. Great ass shirt. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Slave memory Crocs on. You know, some simple, some classic, some that's always P, you know. Some that's always P. Pushing P. Literally, these do push P, man. These slave members.
Yeah.
They move me around. Reebok pants.
Yeah.
You know. I've worn these enough. I mean, these are just wild, man. I love how big they are.
Yeah,
They're super comfy. I don't wear baggy clothing at all, but I really like these.
Yeah, you're making a subtle move, a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Starting to.
Yeah.
I think as I'm starting to get like, just kind of like bigger, not muscularly, and not even like I'm getting like overweight or anything. Just like, kind of filling out my like frame a little bit more. Feel more comfortable wearing some like baggier stuff. I feel less like a, you know, like a kid wearing like their dad's clothes and shit.
True. Okay.
I think that's a lot of the problem I had before. And then this is Parks Project. I just got this. This is beautiful Sherpa fleece. These are the Yellowstone geysers. It's a Yellowstone geyser pattern.
Okay, I didn't know that was what that was based on. But
Yeah, no, it is. And Parks Project themselves is a really cool brand. They do a lot of really incredible things. Lots of giving back to national parks around the U.S. And
Sounds
a lot of
awesome.
the stuff that they do is kind of, like it's called Parks Project. A lot of what their designs are, national park.
Yeah. Inspired.
Yeah, national park inspired pieces. Like this, man. This is like, I've been eyeing this for like a year.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Finally grabbed it.
Yeah.
Had to grab it.
It looks. It's very cool.
I appreciate it. It's been fun to wear. I wore it the other day to class. I had a compliment or two. People were fucking with it.
Yeah.
And then up top, Stone Cold Steve Austin hat, vintage. Thrifted this one. Great piece. A favorite of mine. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Legendary wrestler. Legendary wrestler.
What?
Don't start me up. Don't start me up, Caleb.
Go back to last week if you want to see Paolo started up.
Yeah.
I got him started up last week.
That was awesome. Yeah, man, that's a fit.
Yeah.
Gatorade bottle in hand, hanging.
Yeah.
Um.
I'm gonna have to censor that out.
Oh.
We don't do free advertising.
Yeah, that's a fact. We don't. Outside of all the brands we just plugged, pretty heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Caleb, what do we got for the people today? We didn't even talk about it off camera what we were talking about on podcast.
We know.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah, there's a few things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Today we know.
Today we know. I think it's the best when we go into podcasts and we don't know what we're talking about and we don't discuss it beforehand.
Yeah, when we do that and we feel good about it, then it's the best.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, man, we didn't.
We did a clunker.
Yeah.
And we did a clunker.
Yeah.
Happens.
Yeah, today's not gonna be a clunker.
No.
We went to a concert Saturday night.
Some might say it was a concert.
I also went to a concert Friday night.
You did?
Yeah. So
I had a lot of people. I knew a couple people that went.
Yeah. So I think chronologically this makes sense.
Of course.
I went Friday night to the Kaytranada concert. First, I just want to speak on the venue. Before anything, I want to speak on the venue.
Please.
Because it's at Norwood Island.
Right.
The pavilion there. And I was thinking, man, this could be just a really cool show.
Yeah.
Like the music's gonna be great, and it's on the lake and the skyline. Like it's gonna be great.
Right.
You can't see, from where I was in the venue, no view of the lake or the skyline.
Yeah.
So it's like, why is it there?
Yeah.
Do it at the salt shed. It's so much more convenient.
Okay, for sure. So that's what I was actually about to ask.
Yeah.
And is there anything more? I don't want to.
No,
I don't want to jump the gun.
All I was trying to say in the venue is that it's a hassle to get there.
Yeah.
And there's no bonus for where it is. Like there's no view of the skyline or the lake.
Right.
And it's a hassle to get there.
Right.
You get a little bit of a view of the river and the skyline with the Salt Sheds outdoor venue, and it's much more convenient to get to for me at least, and I would say more people too because it's off the expressway. So I feel like it's
right, but Northerly Island is pretty. It's a bit of a walk from the Red Line, but like it's pretty accessible from like the Roosevelt.
Yeah,
from the Roosevelt
it's not
station.
any more accessible than the Salt Shed is from the Red Line either, though. Really?
True, I guess, yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a cool idea to have a venue there, but they're not taking advantage of the location at all.
Word.
So it was like, man.
They don't have it set up in a proper enough way for it to work.
Yeah.
I see.
It's facing away from the lake and it's covering the skyline.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of...
Whatever. I enjoyed the concert, even with all that. Even with the hassle of getting there and no added bonus of the view. So it didn't... It was just a small complaint to start before I talk about how much I love the show.
No, of course. I was going to say, though, like, comparative Salt Shed. Yeah. You're definitely more Salt Shed guy than...
Yeah, just for the convenience of it.
I dig it.
I mean, for me at least, I can get there in 20 minutes. Right. And I've been able to park for free when I've gone. Yeah. And indoor and outdoor, it's a nice place. Yeah. So, definitely. Just for that, I would put it ahead of just in terms of outdoor venues and whatnot. But
yeah, definitely. Definitely.
that's it. The concert itself.
Yep.
I went with Muna, my girlfriend,
Right.
for her birthday.
Yep.
It was when we walked up. We got there a little after the first opener started. We walked up. It was Sam Glatry. I don't know if you know. I think you know a couple songs, even if you don't know the name.
Okay.
But I ended up knowing more songs from him than I thought I did. But when we first walked up, it was the one song that I knew from him, and he just started playing, and it was like, man,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like we didn't miss the only song I knew from him.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling.
And he was a cool DJ to start the set.
Yep.
Channel Trace, who's done some songs with Kaytranada on his new album, was next up. He brought a lot of energy. He was a cool guy. But man, because we're gonna talk about the second concert we went to Saturday night, and it's very, very much a different experience.
Oh yes.
Completely different
Oh,
experience.
I'm sure.
Kaytranada was just pure bliss.
Yeah. Yeah.
For a lot of it, it was like
It's euphoric.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Just the type of music he makes in that environment and perform live with different lights and animations and stuff. It was just wow. Like he put on a show.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
You gotta see him. Like.
Yeah. No, I'd like to. I've been starting
Yeah.
to. I think in the recent year or so, I've really started to get into him a bit more. And the song he did with Makami is crazy.
I don't even know if I've heard that one.
Yeah, you have,
it,
bro. What you showed me it. It's the one off the newest album.
Off Makami's album?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then yeah. No, I have. You
know the one I'm talking about?
No, but
Rich Haitian?
I know the album. Yeah. Okay, yeah. No, I remember. So you had to jog my memory, but I got it.
Yeah. No, we're together now. Where do you go now? You got that one.
Yeah. He did a solid hour 20, hour 30. There were no songs that I felt like he needed to do that he didn't really.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple songs that would have been cool, but weren't like needed. And then, it was cool because it was one of the first shows I went to where I wasn't sure if there was going to be an encore or not when he left the stage.
Yeah.
And then after a minute or two, he came back on with Channel Trace to do one of their songs together.
That's it.
And it was electric.
Yeah.
Because there were people leaving, and we had walked a little bit, and then I was like, oh, let's just wait at this barrier.
Right.
And then it was like, he just came back out.
Dude, that's all. Were you all? Where were y'all?
We were in like the second pit.
Oh, okay. So you were in a
like,
pit though.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah. There's like the main pit, which cost more money,
right.
and there was this second pit, just where we were. But it was great. I
Dude,
mean,
that's awesome.
We had a good view of the show for the whole time. So
yeah.
It was good.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was really just a very enjoyable experience through and through, and just very like ecstasy. And when he hit certain songs that are just euphoric songs with the right lighting, and it was like just perfect.
That's sick, bro.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's very interesting how you had that the first night and then the second night. The two together are really interesting.
Yeah.
And I feel like you almost, like, because they were just back to back, does it feel like you pin them together a little bit, kind of? At all?
What do you mean?
Like, you see both together?
Kinda.
Or, like, not really?
Kinda. I mean, there's just
they're obviously such different experiences. Yeah.
Yeah. So we saw JPEGMAFIA on Saturday night.
Yeah, we did.
Which, like we've been saying, was an experience.
Yeah, it was really an experience. Safe to say.
Before we, on the way there, I was saying it's gonna be a little bit similar to Playboy Cardi.
Yeah.
And I think there were a lot more similarities than maybe even I had thought originally.
There were a lot of similarities. However, I think that the moshing was better. I think that the crowd was better.
Yeah. I was specifically comparing it to when I saw Playboy Cardi on tour at UIC.
That's valid. That's much more reasonable.
Yeah. There were a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
And it was funny. It was, if Cardi made experimental hip hop music,
it
would be nearly an identical concept.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. We got to start with the beginning, though. We got to start with the beginning of the whole experience of getting in.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, pretty much, we show up to the Radius, so shows at Radius. It's this venue kind of nearby Chinatown.
Yeah, just west of Chinatown.
And
for reference, the ticket said 9 o'clock.
Right. Tickets at 9 o'clock, so we're expecting, show at 9 o'clock, or is it, 8 o'clock or whatever.
Yeah, even if the show doesn't start at 9 o'clock.
Right.
We're expecting the doors to be open before 9.
Right.
And the show to start maybe 9:30, like for the opener.
Right, whatever.
Like, yeah.
So, right. Not whatever at you.
Right,
but
yeah.
Just
Yeah. Something in that sense.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever, Caleb. Shut up. Like,
no, I know that. Yeah. I know you didn't mean that.
Good man. So we show up at like 9. We show up at like 8:45. We show up at 8:45.
Yeah.
And there's this giant jumble of people. Like it's just like a crowd. Like it's a jumble.
Yeah. And we've been to the Radius before.
Yep.
So we kind of know how they do their line.
Yep.
We kind of know that they don't have the best system.
Right.
So we were just surprised the doors hadn't been open yet. And
exactly.
we were like, what's going on?
Right. So, yeah, we're just like, what the fuck? And there's this giant crowd. So.
And we hear some people say, oh, the real line's this way.
Right. So we hear the real line's this way.
We're like, all right.
If the real line's over there, we're going there.
What are all these people doing then?
Right, exactly.
Like, they're waiting over here. They say, oh, you have to go all the way around.
Right. Which I think ended up working out.
It worked. I mean, everyone made it into the building. Everyone got it.
So it's not like no one got denied. Yeah. So, so we go all the way around and we're like standing there waiting, and you just see like there's these not barricades. Well, yeah, there's these barricades that like are forming lines, and it's just like probably like 20 feet or so, 20, 30 feet of like an actual line, and then just like a jumble of people.
Yeah.
So we're standing there just to like the side of like those barriers, like trying to go around.
Yeah. So like the line was kind of wrapping, so we were just about to.
Swoop in.
Snake in. Yeah.
Snake it in. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Banana swirl it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So.
For those of you listening audio only, that should be a good descriptor. A banana snake kind of around.
A banana snake around.
What did you say? Banana swirl.
Yeah, banana swirl.
Yeah. Kind of, yeah, you get it.
Banana snake, banana swirl.
It's not super relevant that you know exactly the formation of the line.
Yeah, not at all. So we're in there fucking waiting. We're waiting, and it's like it's 9
moving
o'clock.
Slow.
It's moving super slow at first because they don't. By the way, they don't open the doors until 9. I don't know if we said that yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't open.
We
the fucking
realized
doors.
when we got there, the doors open at 9.
The door opens at 9. Doors open at 9, and the show starts at 9. So it's just like. We're gonna walk in and like the opener's already gonna be going or something. Like what the fuck's happening?
We don't even know.
Right. So we're like waiting, whatever. Doors open at 9, and then people are going in, and then every once in a while, like you can see someone trying to get out of the crowd, and it's like
move backwards in the line.
Right. And it's like we're not supposed to be doing that yet. Like we're not even in the crowd of the show yet. Like you're supposed to get into the show first before you start moving backwards. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So then like that, like we see someone do that and we're like, that's weird. And then someone does it right near us and Caleb says, why are you going back?
Yeah, I asked him.
Right.
Because I was curious and I want to know like what is actually going on.
Right.
Because nothing's making that much sense so far.
Right. So yeah, he asked him what's going on. And the dude said, you need to have, like, a valid ID.
You need to have a physical ID.
Or, yeah, you need to have a physical ID that shows your age. That you're, like, 18 and above. Because the show was starting after a certain time, or it was going to go until a certain time.
And that's just the laws in Illinois or
Chicago.
Chicago.
You need to be 18 and above.
If it's going to end. Yeah, curfew, whatever.
Right, whatever it is.
Blah, blah, blah.
So, Caleb and Muna, his girlfriend, were,
our IDs were in my car.
Right, our IDs in the car.
I ran down the block to where I had parked, and as soon as I get out, I notice that the line is all the way down the block.
Yeah.
About halfway to my car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, if I'm not able to get back in line where I was,
Right.
this is messed up.
Right.
Because now, who knows, like, the way the line's moving, how slow, who knows when we're going to be able to get in.
Right.
But I ran out, and then I ran in, just kind of squeezed my way back to where we were. And
Got it.
we got in.
Yeah, we got in.
But it's like, man.
It was ridiculous.
It was a weird start.
It was ridiculous. Yeah, it was a weird start for sure. So yeah, we get in there and bro, like, you know, once you're inside, I mean, the venue's nice.
Yeah.
They have a lot of bars, which is honestly convenient.
Yeah.
I wasn't drinking that night, but they had a shitload of bars, so I was able to grab some water at the end, which was key. Need a little water, man. Need a little water at the end there.
They'll charge you for it.
They'll charge you for it, but they got it. So yeah, that was super chill. You know, I think one of the other things, like, just speaking about the venue itself, the ventilation was insane.
It was they got it cool in there.
They got it cool
Which was
in
crucial.
there, which was
Nice.
insane. It was super cool when we were waiting in between the opener and JPEGMAFIA. But even during the show, like, it was like, oh, they're still like pumping air. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was just quick little radio spiel.
Yeah.
You know, sucks to get inside, but once you're inside, it's not that bad at all.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's kind of a cool venue inside. Okay, getting into the show itself.
Yeah. The opener was Jane Remover.
Right. Have you listened to them since?
No.
Okay, I haven't listened to them either, although I'd really like to.
Yeah, I thought it was a fitting opener, and they did well.
They did really well.
I enjoyed the performance.
Yeah.
It was not I had no idea what to expect with the group, but you know, they're gonna put on a good show.
They put on a super good show. They were really great to see. Definitely a group, or definitely someone that I need to check out. Have not listened to them yet, but really want to.
There were some moments where I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. Some other moments where I was like, man, this is different. I don't know how to feel about this.
Yeah, it was cool.
Definitely worth exploring more.
Yeah, for sure. It was, I just remember, like, a few, like, for almost, like, most of the songs that they played, it would be, like, this great kind of, like melodic kind of song or so.
Yeah.
And then at one point they would just be, like, screaming into the mic. And it was, I'd, like, at some points it was just funny because they would just switch so quick.
Yeah.
But they were really good. So yeah, Jane the Remover played, and then, which was awesome as fuck to me, they played 2 songs off Kill 'Em All. I was hoping they were going to play 2 songs off Kill 'Em All, the Metallica album. They played 2 songs in between.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, why?
What do you mean?
Why were you hoping they'd play those?
I'm hoping they'd play those 2 and then go right into JPEGMAFIA. I thought JPEGMAFIA was only, like, because he did both songs and the lights were red and white. And I thought it was going to be like they were trying to kind of get the show.
Yeah. You thought they were going to use the Metallica to, like,
be the intro.
Yeah, intro the show.
Which I thought would be sick as... I thought would be sick as fuck.
Yeah.
It obviously would be. But, like, the reason I thought that is they had the smoke going and all that.
Yeah.
I thought things looked, like, semi-set up. And also they had the red and white lights out for, like, the Kill 'Em All album. So I was like, maybe it's, like, a part of the show. Like, these are, like, the 2 intro songs of the tour. And then he goes in.
Yeah.
That didn't end up happening.
I definitely do think it was specifically, the music that was being played beforehand was specifically picked by JPEGMAFIA.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
for sure.
It definitely was. They were playing all the Drake disses and stuff, and they were playing Danny Brown and Metallica and some of the stuff he produced from the Ye album.
He did Fuck Some. Yeah.
Exactly.
That song's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never really listened to that song at all. I'm going to have to go back and we're going to listen to that after this pod, I think.
There you go.
I also, you know what? Can I say this really quick?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this completely breaks up this JPEGMAFIA conversation.
Yeah.
But today is Tuesday, the 24th.
Right.
Okay? And it was raining today. It was pretty chill, low level. You guys, this is coming out Thursday. You guys remember Tuesday. At least you should.
Maybe they're not in Chicago.
You guys might not be in Chicago. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. This is a podcast for everyone around the world, obviously. So if you weren't in Chicago, Chicago had like 60 to low 70 degree weather day, rainy, very chill, and it was the absolute perfect day for Life of Paolo.
Okay.
listened to Life of Pablo today and
Okay.
just enjoyed it. Started with Fuck My Life.
Okay.
Listen to Wolves.
Okay.
You know. Listen, let me see what else I put on.
Okay, so it wasn't a.
I didn't do the full album.
Select songs.
It was select songs, but I would have done the full album if I was listening to music the full day. I wasn't listening. I only had one class, so it was.
Sure.
You know. Let me see. So yeah, we went Fuck My Life, Real Friends, Wolves, Frank's Track, Silver Surfer, Interlude, which I think I might use as an Instagram story post. I might use some of the things from Silver Surfer Interlude in how lit would that be? Silver Surfer in the flesh. Then 30 Hours, then Normal Parties in LA.
Yeah.
So kind of went in order back half the album a little bit.
I never thought of that as being a Rainy Day album.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
I promise.
I threw on I had Nikes by Frank Ocean stuck in my head today.
Yeah.
Threw that on while I was in the car.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah.
And then Spotify threw on All Red by Playboy Cardi after that, and it kind of ruined the vibe.
Ruined the vibe for sure.
Yeah.
Ruined the vibe for sure. I think is another great song for a rainy day with Frank. I mean, there's many.
Right.
DHL.
Yeah. Sure.
DHL is awesome for a good rainy day vibe. Love DHL.
Yeah.
Love the weather today.
It was chill.
It was chill. Alright, I'm sorry. Let me shut the fuck up. Let's get back into this JPEGMAFIA discussion.
We gotta refocus.
So, right. Songs are somewhat selected for sure by JPEG.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. I think most artists do that. I remember when we saw Bronson.
Yeah.
Bronson had a lot of crazy shit playing. And I think he also had some Marcos Valet playing as well.
Some
Potentially.
do, some definitely don't.
Yeah, for sure.
There are some artists that just play whatever.
Right,
They
and
just
I
have
think
whoever chooses it,
I feel potentially Playboy Cardi could play into that.
could
Maybe.
Yeah, no, he
Some
could,
of those types of guys.
Yeah,
Maybe even Travis. I don't
think,
know.
Yeah,
Yeah. Travis probably doesn't give too much of a fuck about what's being played before, as long as it's on his own
I don't
shit.
think in this last tour he had anything being played before.
Yeah, he might not have.
That's neither here nor there.
That is not here.
We were at the JPEG
Nor
Mafia.
we were at the JPEG Mafia concert. So I think what we have to get into is the way he came out.
Yeah. So lights went down. Obviously, everyone took their phones out.
Yeah, which is so annoying.
I hate that.
Every time that happens, I say semi out loud, God damn, because I just forget. You know what I mean? It's oh, this is the excitement of the show, and then you just see 40 cameras in front of you. It's fuck.
I forgot about this. I forgot this happened at the Kaytranada concert.
Yeah.
But it's when he at the beginning of the show, it was hard to watch it not through the person in front of you's or
camera.
phone screen. It's
I know.
it's annoying.
It sucks.
But yeah, so the lights went out, and they were out for a good minute.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes
is a good estimate on
and
that.
it was just a
guitar riff.
Yeah.
Going crazy.
Yeah, just wild. And then orange light appears, and right in the center stage, he's on this giant fucking.
It's almost like a judge's.
Right. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, where judges sit, where the fuck that is. And he's got the mixing board or whatever up on the
It's just
you
only really see his silhouette.
And you only see his silhouette, orange figure or orange light. You only see his silhouette, cowboy hat.
Cowboy hat, yeah.
And
almost like a Walter White Heisenberg hat on.
Yeah. And just this you can tell it's he's got this jacket on with the collar and shit, and it's oh,
he just appeared there.
Yeah, he just appeared, and it was oh, fuck, he's there.
Yeah.
And I don't really feel that usually for most artists.
Yeah.
Unless they do something like that.
Yeah.
When they really, create that moment of, I'm here now, he did.
It was very cool.
That was sick. That was I want to do that. I want to do that. It was crazy.
Yeah. And he got into it.
Right away.
The first song was, I believe it was Free the Frail, from All My Heroes Are Cornballs.
Facts. That album is crazy.
Did you listen to it at all?
I did listen to a good bit of it.
Because, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and then he kind of just went on with the show. In between a lot of the songs, in between almost every song, he would say what song was coming next. He would kind of pause and then say, a little bit about the next song and then say, oh, this song is called Ex-Military or whatever.
No, he did. I'm sorry, I don't mean to. He played Jesus Forgive Me, I Am a Thought. First,
okay, yeah.
Which is still off
I got those songs.
All My Heroes Are Corn. Yeah.
I got those songs confused, but
that one's crazy.
Yeah. But he would say the name of this next song before he would do it.
Right.
Which I liked, for one, because it gives you a bit of a breather.
Right.
With all the intense moshing going on.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice to kind of, because this is a difference between him and a Playboi Carti show. Is that Playboi Carti will sometimes just play the next song.
Yeah, he will.
But I almost don't want him to say the song that's coming if he has that guitarist on stage kind of
leading it in. Yeah, no, for sure you don't.
Know.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
But yeah, it was a performance that was very solid.
Yeah.
He did the songs you wanted him to do.
Yeah.
He did them well. He rapped all the words. He went up there and did his thing. Hour and a half.
Yeah.
There's nothing really negative that I can say at all.
There's nothing you can say that was negative about his performance. And the only thing that I can say about his performance, and it's never on him or anyone else at all, is the fact that I was just tired. And when we got to like those last 30 minutes, I was like, when is it gonna be done? When is it gonna be done? I was getting tired.
Yeah, and I didn't.
But that's on me.
We were together at the beginning.
Right.
We were together for the first few seconds of Sin Maedo. And then we were separated for 30 or 40 minutes.
Were we? 30 or 40 minutes?
Or maybe not that long, but you would pop in and out.
Yeah, I would pop in.
You would pop in for a second and then be gone for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I would see you again.
It was crazy. That crowd, I will say.
Yeah.
And when I reference like bad mosh pits, you know what like comes to mind number one?
What?
Is the Tyler the Creator tour that we went to. The Call Me If You Get Lost tour. Those mosh pits were horrible.
Sure. I think that's just due to the way the stage was set up and the way the crowd was separated.
Maybe, but nah, it was the crowd more than they get into the mosh pit way too soon.
Yeah.
And then it'd be like a mosh pit before it even it was bad. They were bad. These motherfuckers knew how to mosh and mosh well.
No, that's what they came for.
They came to mosh, and it's so different when everyone comes to mosh because those mosh pits were humongous.
Some of the largest.
I don't think I've ever been in larger ones.
Yeah.
Like maybe a festival, but I don't know, bro. That whole floor was like open at one point. Like when he said open it up. Because he didn't do that at all. Like you have a lot of other rappers that'll like say for every song, open that bitch up, open that bitch. They're like freaking out and shit.
Yeah.
He said it once, I think.
Yeah, and
maybe more, but I think once.
I'm not gonna say what song it was for, but it was people were running in circles around the pit because it was so large. Like a large amount of people were running in circles around inside the pit along the edge. Like,
dude, it was fucking crazy. Yeah, I mean, just that crowd and just that energy was insane, and he played to it so well.
Yeah.
And it's not like he had to do a lot.
And the set list was geared toward. He knew what people were coming to do at his show, and he made sure that the set list kind of accommodated that.
Right, and like you said too, like he had a good bit of also like mixing in slower moments so that no one got like super.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's like huge. Like he did those. Did you say he did those covers?
I did not mention the covers.
Yeah, so he did covers of "Call Me Maybe" by Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yeah.
And he did "No Scrubs" by TLC.
Yeah. Which "No Scrubs" is actually just one of his songs.
Oh, it is.
He covered that on "All My Heroes Are Cornballs." So
Basic Bitch Tear Gas. Yeah.
That's what it's called. Yeah.
That's hilarious. So, yeah, I mean, it was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, and also, I mean, set list wise,
he did a good amount of songs from his new album, and he did kind of an equal amount from all his previous ones too.
Yeah, he did. He did.
That's I think that's what you want when you go to a tour like this.
It is. When they started to skimp on the older albums and stuff like that, which, you know, makes sense. It's just like, fuck, bro.
Yeah, but you need enough of the new album, too.
Right, you do.
Yeah. So
he did a great mix of both. Yeah. There wasn't a song that I didn't want to hear. He played everything. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, his show was incredible.
Yeah. It was a very good show. What I will say is, coming from the night before at Kaytranada.
Yeah, right. So what was that like?
This concert was a lot less satisfying in the same way. None of those songs. I don't think there's a single JPEGMAFIA. There might have been like two. Yeah. 2 songs where I felt like this is a great moment in the concert. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, those songs don't hit you with the same euphoria. Yeah. That like those songs, like going to a JPEGMAFIA concert is almost a grueling experience with the moshing and just the chaos of the actual music itself. Yeah. Like, it's something that I knew what I was signing up for, right. But it was like, it's not as satisfying as an experience. And maybe I'm obviously not the hugest JPEGMAFIA fan. Like, there were definitely bigger fans than me at that concert.
No, yeah, you know, I think.
But it's not. I'm not to say I didn't enjoy it. It's just such a different experience.
Definitely, I think if you didn't have that experience the exact right, like the night before, and it was more spread out, it would have been easier to separate them.
No, and that's why I enjoy live music, because there's so many different experiences you can have when you go to see a show, and I'm glad that I went. It's a totally different experience.
Yeah, that was a different experience. It was awesome. I loved it. I think perfect moments. Yeah. Baby, I'm Bleeding.
I'm not even talking about that, because that's just a whirlwind. That when you
Dude, I grabbed you. Yeah. I grabbed you. I grabbed you and I said, "Oh, you're with me now." I was like, "I'm not letting you go for this one."
I was talking about when he did Free the Frail. Yeah. When he did Either On or Off the Drugs. Yeah. Like the slower moments where you could just kind of relax and enjoy. Yeah. And that's what I kind of meant by that.
Right. Okay. I see.
Like when you're like fighting when you're in those pits. Yeah. And when you have that like there's enjoyment in that for sure. It's just not the same as kind of just vibing the Kaytranada. It's different.
It's very different. And you're right. And I think too, it's very different. Yeah. It's very different.
But after the show, right. In the 2 days after, it was, for me, Monday, while I was on campus, I only listened to All My Heroes Are Cornballs. Yeah. Because I put on one song from that album, and I was like, man, I'm going to listen to the whole thing. Yeah. And it was, for me, I had never considered myself a big fan of that album, but then I listened to it, I'm like, man, this is a great album. I didn't think I liked it that much, but I do.
It's solid.
It's a very good album, and I think looking at his discography, he has kind of quietly built a top tier discography. There are Veteran and On. Yeah. There are no misses as albums. In the discography, there are 0, and it's insane, kind of. Yeah. The body of work that he has slowly built in the past 6-7 years.
I love his newest album.
Yeah.
And I also love Stop Scaring the Hose. I've listened to both. Yeah. They're both really great. So I need to keep listening. Yeah. Yeah.
Veteran, LP, All My Heroes Are Cornballs. Yeah. The 2 you just said. Yep. Amazing projects.
Word.
All of them. Yeah.
Word.
All of them.
Yeah.
And I think this. Is there anything else you want to say on JPEG?
On JPEG, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I just thank him for the experience. That was that was special, man. That night was crazy. Yeah. Great show. Incredible show.
Great show.
All right. JPEG, thank you. What do we got next for the people?
Let's go to the Bears. Let's go to some sports maybe.
Go to some sports?
Yeah.
Go to the Bears?
Yeah. What do you got to say on the Bears?
What do you have to say on the Bears?
I don't have much.
I
don't have much to say.
Okay.
We are a developing football team.
Right.
I think I'll say that. I think I'll say that if we don't go for it on 4th down and hand it off to Swift, the running back,
right,
and not convert it in the red zone,
right,
and we kick a field goal instead, and we make the 56-yarder,
right,
that needs to be made.
Right.
We cannot be a team that misses.
Field
the
goals.
Bears cannot be a team that misses a 56-yard field goal when that is kind of becoming the norm in the NFL.
Which is crazy, but yes.
The kicker on my fantasy team made a 65-yarder on Sunday.
Yeah, it's insane. 65?
It was in a dome, but still. Like,
the dome is very different, but yeah.
But still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So, if we decide to kick a field goal, the Bears decide to kick a field goal on 4th down, and then they make the 56-yarder.
Yep.
It's a very different game. This past game
and you're
against
talking
the
about
Colts.
this past game.
Yeah, past game against the Colts is a very different game. It's a way closer game, and I think that's nobody's fault but the decision makers, the coordinators and the coaches and those people.
Yeah.
And obviously Caleb Williams has only played 3 NFL games.
Right.
He's still developing.
Right.
And he's still finding his way. So it needs time, and better decisions need to be made, and kicks need to be made. And that's what I've taken away from 3 games so far.
Yep. Okay. What do you think about Caleb Williams so far?
I've watched 2 Bears games.
Yep.
And I've seen highlights of the 3rd.
Yep.
Now, I'm no quarterback expert, but he got his first passing touchdown, or his first touchdown,
right,
on last Sunday.
Right.
So he's putting together drives.
Yeah.
At this
First
point.
rookie QB to do that, by the way.
To what?
To score TD, passing TD this season.
Okay.
First rookie
Really?
QB. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, how about that?
I don't think that's a good thing, by the way. I don't think that's I think that's somewhat unexpected.
It means something. It means
it's still yeah.
It shows how tough it can be to be a rookie quarterback in this league,
right.
And yeah, he's getting there, and I think that from what he has shown in college, he has a lot of talent, and I think that's gonna be seen soon.
Yeah.
It's a matter of time.
Yeah.
Is where I'm at with Caleb Williams.
100%.
He threw for 360 yards.
He's already thrown over Justin Fields. How much Justin Fields has thrown in a game. Justin Fields...
Oh, in a single game.
In a single game.
Okay.
He threw 353 or 350 something, I think.
And Caleb Williams already beat that.
Williams already beat it.
Yeah. Yeah. And Odunze was 110 of those yards.
Yep.
And that's promising also, another rookie.
Yep.
So if they can get that connection, 90 yards were to Cole Kmet, so that's big.
Yep.
If he can get DJ Moore, if he can get on the same page with DJ Moore as well, that's a good receiving core.
Obviously, we need Keenan Allen too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't really been able to get Keenan Allen.
Did he play?
In that last game?
Was he out? I feel like he was out.
You know what? That's a good question. I have no idea.
I think he was out. But okay, yeah. So enough about me. What are your thoughts?
You said it perfectly. The Bears right now are. Oh my God! What? I don't know. I guess he was injured. I gotta look into that a little bit more.
Yeah, he didn't play last Sunday.
Yeah. 3 others for Colts game. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so, they're a team that's going to be on the rise. I think that more than anything else, there's been so much shit on them because they already just don't look like Tom Brady's Patriots. You know what I mean? Like, they're already getting shit because they don't look like a Super Bowl team.
I don't even think it's that. I mean, the second game was ugly.
The second game was ugly. I think the first game was worse.
Maybe.
I think the second game was ugly at moments, but I think that more than anything else, I think that there were more moments where he looked like he was in semi-control of, like, getting down the field.
Yeah.
He got down the field much more than he did in that first game. He looked much more like a quarterback in that second game than he did the first. He had a couple ridiculous picks.
In the third game as well.
And in the third game, too.
Yeah.
For sure. But, more than anything else, I think that, especially in that third game, he got down the fucking field. He got down the field. He looked comfortable out there. He was throwing good patches. He was throwing good fucking throws. And there were great catches out there. What am I fucking saying? He was doing great out there, bro. Okay. He was doing really fucking solid.
Yeah, you were saying that it's because they don't look like a Super Bowl team.
Right.
I think if they just become a little more competent and, get rid of the errors. If they take those, like I was saying, if they make that 56-yarder, if they take that field goal instead of going forward on fourth, I think they just look better as a football. When you hand it off to the running back at fourth and goal, and he just doesn't even make it forward, that's bad.
It's a mess. I know. Some of the play calling was not great in the first in that game for sure.
Yeah.
But I think that there's just a lot of potential in this team. I think that we're gonna have a really solid back half of the season. I think if we can fit pieces in together well,
there's all the potential. Could still be a playoff Bears team.
It could be. We'll see. I mean, we're only 1-2.
The Bengals are 0-3.
Right. I think that we'll be okay.
There's no reason to panic yet.
Not at all. I think that also
it's a lot of football left.
There's a lot of football left. I also think that if it's not this year, it can definitely. I mean, we're definitely going to be a strong team next year, and I think too, as long as we continue to build around what we already have, and more than anything else, if we can somehow in this league get an O-line, then we're going to be a pretty hard team to beat.
There's no reason we can't.
I agree. I mean, there were some. I mean, we've had some good defensive moments too. The
defense won the game in
the defense won the game in game 1. We've gotten some good interceptions throughout all 3 games, I believe.
It's not even about the interceptions necessarily. It's just
right, but yeah. I mean,
yeah. That's
there's been solid moments. So yeah, I'm excited to continue watching. I think everyone involved is still very comfortable in the fact that this is just a team that needs to kind of gain experience. Rome is looking great. Yeah. Rome is looking fucking awesome, and I enjoy that he's getting into Rome a good bit.
Yeah.
I also want to see it get to Komet a little bit more.
Bro, he had 90 yards.
He had 90 yards, but he didn't. He didn't get to Komet in those first 2 games at all. Yeah. So it's good that he got to him in this last one. He just needs to keep getting it to him.
I need to see more involved as well.
Yeah, DJ Moore needs to. Yeah, it's a fact. I don't think it's DJ Moore's fault, but
it's not. And I'm not. I don't know if I don't know what his numbers were in week 3. But I don't know. So maybe I should stop talking. But DJ Moore.
Do any of us really know?
DJ Moore is probably the best receiver they have, especially with Keenan Allen out. So.
Yeah. No, it's a fact. Man.
Yeah.
I think. Next few games are gonna be fun, man.
Yeah.
Next few, I think I have no reason to not watch Bears football.
Yeah.
Even if we lose, I think there's gonna be some great moments along the way.
Now that we're talking about sports, would you like to give your random thought?
Okay. You didn't want to talk about this in the group chat the other night, and I wasn't gonna random thought it. But you didn't want to talk about it. So now, to make you talk about it, it has to be a random thought. Which I have no problem with, mind you. I have no problem with it. But now we have to random thought it, because you didn't want to talk about it. So, Caleb.
Yeah.
My random thought is the Chicago White Sox team.
Yeah.
From what I believe, they've lost 120. Is it 121 today?
Let's see. The game is probably still in progress, but
Yeah, it's 9.
let's see.
How many more games are in the season?
Let's see. Okay, it's tied 0 at the bottom of 6. So
Okay, we'll probably turn that on after this.
No, we're not. We're watching something better.
Okay.
So there are maybe 4 games left in the season.
4 games left in the season? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was going to say, it'd be fun to try and get to another one, but that's probably not super likely.
Yeah, there's 4 games left.
Okay. So, back to my point. They've lost 120 games as of right now, right?
Yeah, and they will likely lose at least 1 or 2 more.
For sure. So, my thought is, what if the White Sox took a last chance route?
Yeah.
And similar, it's kind of like a hybrid between Last Chance U and Moneyball.
Sure.
You know? So it's these players like CJ Abrams. The way this was brought up was the other night I saw on Instagram that CJ Abrams, a player for the Nationals, who was just in town in Chicago the other day.
And this is where this happened.
Was it where it happened?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Should have joined them. So he stayed out at the casino until 8 in the morning the next day. And then was sent home.
He was sent down to AAA.
He was sent.
He was basically removed from the team for the rest of the year.
Right.
Because and the team is not in contention or anything, so it really doesn't matter.
No, it's just kind of like it's like fuck you, bro. You shouldn't be doing that.
It's like putting him in timeout.
Yeah, exactly. So I saw that, and I was like, what if instead of sending him down to AAA, he gets traded to the fucking Sox? But he's got this he's this guy. They released him and the Sox picked him up.
Yeah.
And the Sox just pick up all these guys that have low level problems in the league that would get them other teams would find them or suspend them or something like that.
Yeah.
But the Sox take them and just treat them they treat them okay, and they try and work around their issues and create a winning baseball team.
Sure.
How awesome would that be? How awesome would it be if the White Sox became that type of team? Would it? Let me say this too.
Yeah.
Clear my throat. Would it give you hope that at the very least the White Sox are going in some type of direction? Would it rest your soul?
No.
No?
I mean, this is a professional sports franchise.
Right.
You're trying to turn this into a reality TV show.
But it works.
But I mean,
the team becomes so loved. Think about.
It doesn't rest my soul.
But bro, think about it.
I don't have a baseball team to watch or root for right now.
Think about how sick it would fucking be. You would be in the crowd, a big fan of everybody on that team. And you're oh, there's CJ. There's CJ out to bat. I hope he doesn't got bags under his eyes. He's looking tired. He was out at the fucking sports book all night. He was out at the book all night.
Dude,
come on.
Some people that root for half decent teams get to they get to watch their team every day and say this could be an exciting game. They get to have faith.
Faith in the fact that they could potentially win.
They could potentially win. They could maybe contend for the postseason.
Right.
They could maybe put together a season. There's no reason to watch a Chicago White Sox game at all this season, really.
Yeah.
Your regular White Sox game, there's no reason to watch it.
Yeah.
They're not putting any sort of competitive product on the field at all.
Not in the slightest.
So, what?
What the fuck?
Like, and then you pitch this, you know?
Does it rest your soul that the team is going in a direction?
No, I mean, it doesn't. Like,
I mean, is the team going in any direction right now? Like, by no means does this team have a direction. No,
I mean...
Does it?
No, I don't think next season could be worse.
Okay.
It can't. This is literally the worst baseball team. This is the worst MLB team ever since 1901.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
By record, there's no team worse, unless they win 5 in a row.
Yeah. 4
in a row, whatever it is.
What would be crazy is if they come back in 2 years and just win.
And it could happen. Look at the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah.
Look at the Texas Rangers last year.
Yeah, the Rangers.
It could happen, but what needs to happen is money needs to be spent.
Yeah, money's not being spent.
They need to pay a player.
Yeah,
to play a winning player.
They need to completely rebrand.
Not
like rebrand the logo obviously or anything like that, but just they need to just I don't know. They just need to do a lot of changes.
The team needs to be gutted completely.
There just needs to be
from the top down.
There needs to be a glimmer of this could be there needs to be we're gonna take this serious person. Yeah. And there's no one there that's really taking it serious.
I mean, Reinsdorf put out a statement saying
we're not
Reinsdorf put out a statement that says I'm not happy with this team.
Yeah.
This is very disappointing for everyone involved, but I commend everyone for showing up to work every day. And it's
what are you talking about, dude?
You need to want change.
Right.
Yes, you're disappointed, but are you
gonna fucking
enough to do something? Yeah,
right, you're gonna do something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I heard that he said
let's go offer Juan Soto enough money that he wants to come here.
Yeah.
You have it. You didn't spend any money anywhere else.
Yeah. Dude, it'd be sick. Can you imagine Juan Soto becomes the White Sox player, and then he's just the product of the South Side, the new product of the South Side.
Alternate dimension.
Juan Soto went to the White Sox,
and then we win the World Series. Yeah, that'd be fun.
That would be so awesome